in the one-on-one world over the past 18 months. It's been some journey, ups, downs, sideways, backwards. Always kept momentum though, and always kept the belief that I could become what I thought I could become in my head. That's happening. Do you know what I mean? That is happening, and it's happening right now. Tomorrow's a huge day for me as a football coach. I've got a Belgian professional footballer flying over to work with me. I've got a lad in the same session who plays pro in Norway working with me, and then in the evening back up to the northeast, and I've got a Sunderland player and a Newcastle player in the same session. That's some day for a one-on-one coach, some standard of player, and I'm very proud of where we're at and the players we're attracting. But I wanted to discuss the journey from the start to the finish with you, so I'm going to do that. Started 18 months ago, swinging an iPad that we borrowed off someone around on a field, working with an ex-pro from Man City who thought that my work was great. He loved the sessions, and he suggested that on Instagram I could become quite big, and on YouTube I could become big if I started to show people my work. And he also suggested that my personality was quite attractive because it was like I'm fun to be around, and he enjoyed my company. Do you know what I mean? Said he was a little bit mad, but that's all good. Started the journey then 18 months ago with about 3 footballs in the back of a car, and we started on the field, and then I started to become obsessed with the videos. I loved making them. It became a passion, thinking of drills, technical players. We started off with such a small client base. 18 months ago, I used to have soccer schools which used to run all over the northwest. I had academy experience, I had first team coaching experience working in Portugal. I'd worked at Category 1 football clubs like Stoke City, quite high up in terms of the age groups I was working with, and I always loved the technical side. But the tactical side I used to drift away from. I used to work the next pro called Richie Walker at Stoke, who's now the youth team manager, so well done Richie. But he used to take the tactical stuff. The tactical stuff turned me off, whereas the technical stuff turned me on. I loved it. I loved thinking of drills. I was a technical player as myself. So everyone finds their niche in life, what they're good at, and I excel at the technical drills. I'm still quite a good technician myself. I love joining in with the players, and I love playing. So it started to snowball 18 months ago. We probably had a client base of about 4 guys who've come in regularly one-to-one. The players who started to come in, there was a couple of academy players in there, but then we started to film, we started to put the stuff on Facebook, we started to put the stuff on groups, and we started to make our first YouTube videos 18 months ago. And then it snowballed. We started to get the odd pro player in. Now I think I'm at the point where I've coached about 110 pro players one-on-one, which is fantastic, by the way. I'm very proud of it. But I just think in the next year, now with what we've done, who we've coached, we're going to start to attract bigger stars, a bigger audience, and the real stars of football. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if someone would get a megastar in, like a current England international or something like that. Wouldn't surprise me. There's been so many times on the journey where I've actually wanted to stop doing it because we weren't making enough money, struggling for venues. When winter comes, it was always tough. There were times when I didn't think it was possible, okay? But that internal belief I have, that internal dialogue which says you'll make it, Dave, you'll do it, you'll get to where you want to be to, okay? And where I want to be is right at the top of this game, right? Recognised as one of the best one-on-one coaches in the country, if not the best. That's my dream, that's my belief, and my internal thought process in my own head says I am the best. Do you know what I mean? Whether I am or not, do you know what I mean? Someone's got to be. So I generally believe that I could be, and I'm right up there anyway. In terms of the YouTube videos, now we're starting to get paid from it. 18 months later, we're starting to get paid. It's been some investment. I was lucky enough to have people who helped me in terms of providing me with a full-time camera crew, full-time people who follow me about. And like I say, this process is so slow. I can see why people give up. I can see why people make 5, 6 YouTube videos and then quit. We'll be on 111, guys, by this time next year, and I aim to be on 200 YouTube videos by next year. And I aim to do things all around the world with players now. Do you know what I mean? Fly out to Montenegro, work with some of their elite level players. I've been lucky enough to go out to Iceland and work. I've got an invitation to go out to Sweden, study, watch, probably coach. I've got 2 great contacts in Sweden. One works at a Premier League club and one works at a 3rd division club, but both will be welcoming in terms of me going out there. It's weird, isn't it? As life goes along, your plans, your vision, what becomes possible changes. What was possible 2 years ago was to maybe fill my week with one-on-one clients in my local area. What's possible now is to fill my week with players from all over the world, all over the country, okay, picking out top level academy players. I always want to be a one-on-one coach. It is my absolute passion. I'm a technical skills coach, and that's what I want to be for the rest of my life. I never want to have a job. I always want to work in football, but at the minute, you know what I mean, I put it out there. I tend to find if you put things out there, then the world tends, or the universe tends to answer your questions for you. I want to be a first team coach somewhere as well within the next year. So I'm starting to put feelers out, you know, what's possible. Where do I think I could fit into the football system? At any level I could work in terms of with players technically, okay? I think I could run a top technical syllabus for a club, or I could work specifically with players coming back from injury, getting them fit, getting them sharp, or I could work with the first team technically. This will happen with a journey. You start to put feelers out, you start to say you want things, and then it'll come good. In terms of where I'm at now as a one-on-one coach, we'll be looking for sponsorship off the bigger sports brands now. We'll be making more videos with more clients, okay? So if people want to come on and sponsor the channel, if people want to come on and help in terms of kit, provide us with kit in terms of sponsorship. We've got a few sponsors at the minute, but I'm always looking for more. I'm passionate about this work, do you know what I mean? I think there's a misconception that you make an absolute fortune doing this. You sometimes don't. But the money's never been something I've chased, and the money will be never something I chase. I do this because I love it. I absolutely love being on that field, working with the players. I feel free when I'm on the field, and it's when I'm at my absolute happiest is when I'm in and around top players, working technically, individually. I love the banter. What are my plans for next year, 2020? It's on the horizon. I'm going to be opening up some pre-season camps for professional footballers in Montenegro with ex-Man City player Lee Crooks. Okay, it's exciting just to be working with people who've had his career. Okay, who look at my work and admire it from afar and want me to be involved in stuff that they're doing, which is great. I wanna bring in more pro footballers. I'm so excited for the pre-season next year in terms of the volume of pro players I'll get and the quality of pro players I get. I want to maintain my client base, I want to grow my client base, I want to build what I'm doing in the northeast, and I want to go to Newcastle as well. I'm ridiculously ambitious in terms of what's possible these days, you know what I mean? What's possible is what's possible in my head. I want to go to Newcastle, I want to go to Leeds, I want to go to Manchester, I want to do it all. I want to franchise my business in terms of potentially would have to change the name of DAVE1ON1 to franchise it, but I want to bring in new investment. I want to bring in a business partner who understands franchise models. I want to develop an online curriculum for the coaches who work under my banner. Okay, so on a Monday, all around the country, you know what's getting delivered because we've designed it. They'll click onto a website and boom, there you go. There's your syllabus, boys. Get out, get working. Okay, that's a plan of mine. I'm also heavily involved in the Pro 11 trials business. We're expanding again. We're coming to Middlesbrough, the North East. We're going to be dropping a trials venue at Middlesbrough Sports Village in the new year, which means no travelling for me that day. Absolutely brilliant. So that's great. Okay, the trials business again, looking to grow that, looking to push on. Sometimes you put too much work into something. You know what I mean? I'm so passionate about giving players opportunity. The other thing that I offer that I don't think is unique, but I think it's a certain skill set that not many people have. My contacts in the game is just growing. Do you know what I mean? Growing and growing and growing. It's no longer localised. I've got contacts in Europe. I've got contacts all over Europe. I've got contacts at every level of the game to place players. Do you know what I mean? And I think the biggest thing is when players fall out of football, they sometimes need that person to open a door for them. So with the trials business, we tested the water with an exhibition game. We did it on a Tuesday afternoon, which didn't allow me quite to bring in the level of player I wanted to, because obviously Tuesday they've got other commitments, you know what I mean. But over the next year I'm going to be looking to put 10 exhibition games on as well, using the players that come into me to work with, you know what I mean. I'm looking at developing stronger links with agents in terms of, you know, real trigger pullers who I can send players to, who I can pass them to. The one-on-one business I want to continue to grow. We've grown from no followers on Instagram to 24,000 followers in 18 months. Last Christmas I was on 7,000 followers and I'm now on 24,000 followers. I want to be sat here next Christmas saying to people that I'm now on 100,000 followers. Okay, I'm going to do everything possible to make these dreams a reality. Okay, and what I'm finding at the minute is the harder you work, the luckier you get. The more you're prepared to put yourself about, the more you get given in return. Okay. One thing I'm not shy of is work ethic. I'll get out there in anything, guys. Okay. I will get out there in the rain, the snow, the cold, and work because I want my dreams to come true, and I want to live a life that I think is possible by doing what I love. I'd just like to thank everyone who puts positive comments on the videos, everyone who likes and shares the stuff. Do you know what I mean? I get so many messages at the minute saying that I'm an inspiration to people in this game because they watch my videos, they see my passion, they see how vocal I am in my approach to life. Do you know what I mean? Thoughts become things. At the minute, I'm kind of thinking things into reality. Do you know what I mean? Ideas are coming into fruition, and I just find the power of positivity is unbelievable. The power of actually saying what you're going to do and going doing it is brilliant. Okay, there's no better feeling in the world than that. Do you know what I mean? Saying what you're going to do and going doing it. It's unreal. Do you know what I mean? And also the friendships and developing in this game. The players are genuinely becoming my friends. Do you know what I mean? And I'm so proud of some of the lads at the minute who've come in with me and worked and are going on to achieve great things. For one, Josh Wallen going back to Australia, he did like a 4-month solid apprenticeship with me in terms of in terms of his coaching career. So I just want to wish all those lads the best. I want to wish everyone the best who's been involved with me. Happy Christmas to everyone. Keep following my journey, and I promise you we're going